Hi there. So yesterday I made this video that I referenced to a letter that was written by the government of Rwanda on Sunday, kind of protesting to the African Union not to provide financing or any form of funding to the South African development community troops that are supposed to be helping Congo to fight these M23 rebels that everyone knows are backed by Rwanda. So they were protesting, and in the letter actually they were saying that they were not invited in that virtual meeting. Now the meeting was about this security situation in Congo, and I think Congo had requested the African Union to have this meeting so that they can come up with a mechanism on how to basically finance this operation to fight these Rwandan-backed and Ugandan-supported rebels in Congo. Anyway, so I made that video, and there was a lot of discussion and a lot of comments which I'm going to show you in a short while. But before I do that, I'm also going to play a short clip from one of the African TVs there.
Rwanda is asking the African Union to reconsider its intended support for the static military mission. Why is Kigali taking this decision?
And I also want to mention something that you're looking at the screen before I do all that. What you see there is the province of Kivu, the North Kivu, not the South, because the South Kivu is the other one you're seeing there. So the North Kivu, as you can see, it's actually larger than Rwanda itself. As a matter of fact, if you are keen, it's almost the same size of both Rwanda and Burundi. If you put Rwanda and Burundi together, you go and juxtapose them on top of North Kivu, it's the same size. So it's a huge area. But of course, when it comes to how Congo is, it's a very tiny area of part of Congo. But it's a huge area. And for me, after following the issue in North Kivu, it's like Rwanda considers North Kivu or part of North Kivu as now part of Rwanda. They really feel in their mind that the territories of North Kivu should belong to Rwanda. If they can do it, they wish to extend their borders in this territory. The same thing applies to Uganda. Uganda somehow feels that with their fast growing population, they need to annex this part from Congo. And I've heard from someone from Rwanda actually suggesting that North Kivu should belong to the Tutsis. Now, there's this minority group community in both Burundi and Rwanda and part of East Congo called the Tutsi, which you know. So they want their homeland, and they've identified both North and South Kivu to have this as the Tutsi region. And they actually want other communities to leave these territories. They want mostly the Bantu communities to exit from this region so that this can be an ancestral land for the Tutsis. That is in their mind. That's what they think. If you look at the comments that they make on Twitter. So that's why I made that video. And the reason why I was making that video was because Rwanda feels entitled when it comes to North Kivu. It's as if it is part of their territory. The way they talk, the arrogance, the audacity to even threaten the African Union, it's as if we are talking about Rwandan territory. So someone actually in this comment gave it a very nice analogy, a comparison. He says, imagine you hire a security or a watchman or a guard to protect your own children and home, but suddenly your neighbors start protesting. Can you imagine? As a matter of fact, you should have gone ahead to say, your neighbor who has been harassing your children and stealing from your home starts protesting. You understand the analogy? Imagine you hire a guard or a security guard to guard your home and children, But suddenly your neighbor, who you not suspect, actually you have evidence from your CCTV that he has been crossing the fence to your homestead to steal your clothes, and he has also been harassing your children, right? Starts protesting that you've hired guards, and somehow he starts, going to the authorities that you're hiring watchmen, something like that. So of course a lot of people they have said that is called madness. Yes, of course Rwanda is mad, and just most people are saying this is a perfect analogy. It's funny, by the way. Congo is talking about how they can bring peace to their people. The president of Congo promised the people of this region during the campaigns in December that he's going to ensure they get peace. People from North Kivu have been seen on videos crying that kwani sisi sio watoto wa Mungu, saying that are we not children of God, or are we children of a lesser God? Why do we have to suffer while the world watches? So I've seen videos from some women in Congo crying on video. And Congo is trying to find a solution to bring peace to these people. And don't forget, the constitution of Congo actually mandates every Congolese person, including those in government like the president, to ensure that every Congolese person is safe. So it's a call from the constitution to do that. It's not like the president Felix Tshisekedi is doing it for fun. It is the constitution of Congo that is telling him to do that. So when they meet with the African Union to discuss how they're going to do it, the neighboring country protests as if it is their security they are talking about, as if it is their people they are talking about, as if it is their territory they are discussing. They come uninvited in a wedding that is not or has nothing to do with them. So that's why I made that video. So I'm going to play that part so that you see the mentality of Rwandan people. There's a journalist on this clip who has been asked about that issue, and instead of going straight to the point and giving mature comments, he's talking about FDLR. FDLR is part of Congolese army, and FDLR this, FDLR that. We know today Congo has an army of about 200,000 people. So are they going to tell us that those 200,000 soldiers from Congo are FDLR? Are they going to tell us Wazalendo is FDLR? Look, I've said this many times before if you've been following my videos, but bottom line is that's what the Rwandans think. They think that North Kivu is part of Rwanda, and if you ask them why do you say that, and if you ask them to bring any evidence, they start talking about FDLR. FDLR this, FDLR that. And don't forget, these FDLR are Hutus who came from Rwanda. Instead of Rwanda asking Congo to send them back to Rwanda, they are saying FDLR this. Those Hutus should go back to Rwanda. Rwanda has refused for those guys to go back to Rwanda. Wherever they are, I'm sure they are deep inside Congo. They are not operating along the border with Rwanda. But they don't want those people, and they keep lying to the world that those people are part of the Congolese army. So I want to play that clip so that you understand what I'm saying. But again, I want to thank the people who comment on these videos, because you get to understand what other people are feeling. For example, someone here is saying even FDLR genocidaire Rwanda keeps singing about has not attacked Rwanda, so why even mention them? In fact, that years on, most people who committed that genocide in Rwanda are actually, most of them are dead or too old to be active or to be a threat to Rwanda. That's what I say. I keep saying the genocide happened 30 years ago. We know Paul Kagame was part of the reason why it happened. He started it. He shot down a presidential plane. And the soldiers of that government in 1994, if they are in their mid-20s, early 30s, 40s, today they are 70, 80 years. You expect to tell me that an army of an 80-year-old grandfathers is a threat to Rwanda? That is not true. So he keeps using that name. He has been using it to eat from the foreign aid he gets from the white people. And he hasn't come up with another trick So that's why every time you ask them, they talk of FDR this, FDR that. So, as I said, I thank you for the comments. It usually shines on the ideas I have about the whole situation of this conflict. There's this guy, by the way, Archduke, is from Europe. He has always followed my channel and he's a good guy. Sometimes I appreciate external opinions from people who are not even part of what is going on. And let me read what he said. First, Kagame starts with Congo, then Burundi, now the entire African Union. Kagame is slowly self-destructing. Now, this is an external opinion. If someone from outside is saying this, someone actually said he also has problems with Tanzania. By the way, Paul Kagame almost went to war with the previous Tanzanian president, Kikwete, right? You remember in the year 2010, he threatened to invade Tanzania. This tiny country here, invading the mighty Tanzania, this one here. It's just crazy, man. So let me play that video and then I end that video, this whole video basically.
With you, Ethan, Rwanda is asking the African Union to reconsider its intended support for the static military mission. Why is Kigali taking this decision?
Hannah, a letter addressed to the African Union chairperson, Faki Mahamat, on the 4th, which was actually yesterday, says Rwanda is protesting, first of all, the meeting that is happening and also the fact that SADC is going to be fighting alongside an armed group that is opposed to the Rwandan government, and that's the FDR, the Liberation Army. That
Please, get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.